What's up, everyone? I want to show today a cool little tool that I've made with the help of Guffer. So it's like the FL Studio new chat assistant, like AI thingy that can help you write some little scripts. So basically, one thing that I've always wanted to do was be able to control Silent One in the same way as some other synths can do. But what I mean is that I want to be able to control the portamento time on a per node basis using a node property such as velocity or mod x or mod y in FL. So that wasn't like really possible. If you come here to source, you can have like the velocity as a modulation source, but you can't really like map it to portamento time. So I was trying to do that and as a workaround. So I know that Patcher allows you to do some funky stuff. So my first reflex was to grab like the keyboard controller. That was my first idea. I grabbed this and then I tried to use the controller output for velocity and I map it like straight into the portamento time. So here I just, as an input parameter, you can activate portamento time. So I tried to like drive it with the velocity. And what happened basically is that it was kind of working. But when there was overlapping nodes, it was only sending the first velocity of a group and not the subsequent one. So I asked the FL Studio chat assistant if there was a limitation with the keyboard controller that prevented this, and if there was a workaround, and he told me that yes, there is indeed a limitation. So then I asked him if we could use VFX script, because this is a new plugin called Voice Effect Script. So this is not for video, this is for nodes like a data in FL Studio. So yeah, I asked him if it was possible to do it with that, and basically the answer was yes. So you can code pretty much anything receiving the note and do whatever you want with it. So in this case, I just activated velocity, mod x and mod y in the script to be able to modulate whatever, And what this script is doing is it's not just like sending the velocity mod x and mod y, it's also delaying by a few ticks the data that has been sent to Silent One. So the issue I was having at first is basically that the portamento time was being changed, but the note was being played at the exact same time. So the notes were being played with the wrong portamento time. It was playing the previous note's value, so it was kind of bugged. So this is why I had to implement some sort of delay. So the delay here is controllable by tick. You should probably try to use the slowest or like the fastest, the tiniest delay you can while it's still working. I put it there so you could change it if you're using another synth or you're having issues. But for now, for me, it's working. The only problem is VFX script, the way it works, the only way to implement a delay, was by using ticks, which the only way you can know the tick is if you're playing in FL Studio. So that works for all MIDI notes in the piano roll. There's no issue for that. But the problem is just if you ever intend on using this script for like live playing on your MIDI keyboard, it wasn't really meant to do that. Since there's no way to implement a delay without like having a play. If you ever want to like record or, just play or jam, I'd suggest just grabbing some silence and then playing, and then it'll work like with no issues. So like, you see, I can go fast or slow. Or in between. So yeah, this is really cool. You can do it while it's playing. The only thing is it might glitch out if you're not like playing. So like while the notes are still working, like the whole delay by tick mechanic is not there. So it will sometimes glitch, let's say I do it like fast, then I try to do it slow. See, it did it fast. Now, when I released, it did slow. So it was like stuck on the previous value, which this glitch will not happen if you're playing over silence. So just, if you want to play with your keyboard, just be aware. All right, so let's see what it looks like on actual MIDI, because that was kind of the interesting part here. Now I can just have a note like this. And have it being in control per note. So this is like super useful. If ever you find that this like range here is not being heard enough, what you could always do is you could use like a Fruity XYZ. So the XYZ controller, for example, and has like an input of X, an output of X. I don't remember exactly which one of these is the thingy, but make sure there's like as less smoothing as possible, because I know the acceleration here, it can be like, I think it's speed at max and acceleration lowest, but basically there can be smoothing on this. So if you don't want to have any lag on your parameter, be sure to like reduce as much as you can, like the smoothing. So there's no lag in the thing, because then your delay might not be that useful if you're lagging it afterwards. Okay. But anyway, this is for the velocity, but still. All right, so let's say you want to get rid of that. You could go here, and then your input or output mapping. You could tweak the range. So as of right now, like if I'm playing this, it goes from this range to this range, but that I could correct it with the remapping function. So let's say I do this. See, it's starting from this point now on the highest velocity. So let's say this is the range I only care about. I could do that. But then if you reload the MIDI and you don't have the Fruity XYZ, it might not sound the same. So I don't know. I might just keep it linear for now, but just be aware that if that's something you ever want to do, you can definitely do it. And you can also like have it like being like this. So we'll start like here, but then it will go faster this way. So that might be something you want to do. See here, I already hear it like Porta a lot. Before it was like still barely hearable because it was like here. So yeah, you can remap it the way you want, but just be aware that, you know, be careful. So yeah, in this case, I was doing velocity, but you can also use mod X. Just be aware that instead of being like from 0 to 1, mod X and Y and FL are like kind of bipolar business. So by default, if I press Alt to reset, it will all reset to like the middle position here. So yeah, if you want to use velocity for some filter envelope modulation amount instead, and keep the mod X or mod Y for the glide time, then you can most definitely do that. Sorry. So yeah, so this is a pretty cool. I will come back here just to velocity. And a final thing I want to show is that, yeah, basically now you can do like those type of stuff where you can glide like super slowly and then have like some glitch in the middle of it and then glide slowly back again, and no automation at all. So this kind of just speeds the workflow. I know there's like MP style editing now, which I really like and want to get into. But for some old synths like that, if you're using FL and Sant1, this is kind of like, I think, my favorite workflow now for doing those custom little glidey thing. So as you can see in here, we can get that smooth bend with a glitch in the middle of it, and then it will still bend back down. So this is pretty dope. So I hope you guys will be able to use this, create some really cool things with it. So I'm super excited to use it. So yeah, I hope you guys will be using it too. So I'll put the script on my Patreon. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you guys another time. Peace out.